Rebecca Ferguson has revealed stars have reached out to offer her support after she detailed being exploited in the music industry. The mother of three, 34, who rose to prominence after placing second on the 2010 series of The X Factor, and is currently making a documentary about the music business, told how stars have reached out to share their own experiences with her. Speaking to The Sun, she said, "I have been in contact with a few female singers since opening up about my own experience to discuss the treatment of artists in the industry, and we have offered each other support. Some people are too afraid to speak out, but I have been working with people in the government to try and make a change. We need to help each other." Speaking about the changes she would like to see, Rebecca believes a chaperone system for young artists could help. She said, "I think some sort of chaperone system, like footballers have, should be put in place." Rebecca went to the Metropolitan Police earlier this year to report allegations of harassment against a male figure in the industry. It comes after Rebecca shared alleged evidence that a member of staff tried to help her and intervene after she was forced to work 18-hour days as a singer. The TV star took to Twitter to share screenshots of the correspondence. Posting on Wednesday, she shared an image of a letter allegedly from one of her staff saying that her schedule was simply not fair on you or your voice. There is nothing to suggest she is referring to anyone from her record label Psycho. Rebecca wrote in the caption, "Evidence, a personal member of staff trying to intervene. Wake up at 6 a.m. collected at 7 a.m. work straight through until 1 a.m. back to the hotel by 1:30 a.m. Asleep by 2 a.m. next work engagement 5 a.m. the same morning." The letter, which was partially shaded out, read, "This needs to be amended for your sake, Rebecca. Rough guess, you will be picked up at day 1 at 07:00 from yours, and be up for 18 hours, then up again after 5 to sing again, then we fly home. It's simply not fair on you and your voice." It continued, "Once again very well done the other night, you raised about it, and was amazing." She went on to share a second screenshot allegedly from a lawyer who defended her after she claims she was made to do interviews from bed. She wrote, "Evidence I was made to do interviews from bed. After collapsing, this was not the first time. I collapsed multiple times in one day." Below, counsel/barrister's notes to a solicitor. The document states, "She was clearly unwell, hence they arranged for her to do the interviews from bed on the 29th. Although she pushed on, they should have seen that she was not well enough, as indeed proved to be the case when she collapsed again at the interview. They may try to present Rebecca as being work-shy, and if we show that she had issues with the schedule early on. Are we playing into this? Is our better focus her concern with the schedule when she was not well? Hopefully it'll be then able to draft out to Rebecca." In a follow-up tweet she wrote, "Scarily no ambulance was called, which is deeply disturbing. When somebody's body is giving up that much that they are continually collapsing and falling unconscious, they need emergency medical treatment. Not interviews in bed." It comes after she claimed music bosses banned her from having cancerous cells removed from her body because the 10-day recovery period was too long and she was warned she could be permanently disabled. Mail Online has contacted representatives for a comment. She took to Twitter to post a series of allegations. Posting on Monday evening, the lengthy tweet featured some repeated allegations, as well as fresh ones, such as the cancer scenario. The tweet read, threat I was forced into a contract despite running away from the solicitor and insisting I did not want to sign. I lived on limited food a day. I was told when I could eat and drink. I was allowed 3 hours of sleep per night. I was placed on a constant course of antibiotics because my body was so run down. Calls to my children were limited. If they called me, staff were told not to tell me or to ignore. My personal relationships were dictated. Staff were told to ruin my relationships or face being sacked. I was told that I have to do as I'm told because of the money I make. I was placed on sleeping pills and pain medication. If I collapsed due to extreme exhaustion, an ambulance would not be called. When I lost a baby, I begged for time off. I was told no. I was classed as unfit to fly airplane. However, my team asked me to fake looking well so that the airline would allow me to fly. My team were told by doctors if I did not rest I would be permanently disabled. I was not allowed to have cancerous cells removed. My team said there is no time to because I needed 10 days recovery. When my mother was very ill and I needed to go home, I was told when we tell you to do something you do as we f***ing say. I was forced to have intense media training so that I never said anything negative. It was like being brainwashed. I had my company files stolen and a lot of money stolen so that I could not fight against them. Witnesses heard them say we need to crush her spirit. They employed 7 feet men to look after me and said it was because they wanted me to be intimidated and put in my place. My story is one of many. The many victims deserve to have their stories aired, not blocked and not silenced. I don't care who they are or what legacy they want to maintain. Their victims deserve to have their voices heard. #Justice for artists. Sick in May, the singer revealed she suffered a miscarriage earlier in her music career, additionally claiming she was forced to work through the ordeal, despite pleading to them to let her recover. Rebecca tweeted, "You will see more in my documentary. But these people forced me to work through a miscarriage despite me pleading to them that I was too ill to work and needed to rest. They need to be stopped." Exploitation at its absolute worst. Modern-day slavery. For those who say you knew what you were getting into. I almost died promoting music for you all to listen to. I lost a baby whilst promoting music for you all to listen to. Nope, definitely did not. Ever. In a million years sign up for that. Stop defending abusers. Sick, Rebecca added, forcing artists to sign to a management company who they have never met is exploitation. Giving an artist an accountant and solicitor that is not of their own choosing is exploitation. Taking artists out of circulation and refusing to allow them to work because you have had your financial use of them is exploitation. It is modern-day slavery. Fact. I don't care who your friends are in high places who quite clearly refuse to call you out for your actions in case they are financially disconnected. Get new friends. I am here to tell you you are wrong and what you have done is abuse and exploitation. And the same friends who have given you bad advice and who are currently stroking your ego will flee and run a million miles away when my documentary comes out exposing the truth. However, as you taught me through your own ruthlessness, that's showbiz. And for all of you saying they will bury your story and ruin you because money is power. No, my dears, power is power. Truth and receipts and evidence and emails and medical records and police records is power. I am all grown up now. What you all did to that young innocent girl is unforgivable. However, that young girl is now a woman and this woman is going to make sure that you all never abuse another artist ever again. Sick Rebecca has recently demanded a parliamentary inquiry into the music industry and called for greater regulation to protect artists from bullying agents and managers. Meanwhile, in an unrelated incident, Rebecca threw her support behind fellow X Factor contestant Katie after the singer claimed she had been sexually assaulted by a member of the show's team. Katie, 35, who also appeared on the program in 2010 with Rebecca, alleged the incident happened in the US when she met the person to talk about recording work, years after appearing on the show. Rebecca voiced her support for Katie. Addressing her co-star on Twitter, Rebecca wrote, "At Katie Waisel 24, I stand with you and every woman who has the courage to speak out and tell their truth." Rebecca also posted a series of quotes that offered information on rape culture and sexual violence. One of which was a quote from Angelina Jolie, which read, "We must send a message across the world that there is no disgrace in being a survivor of sexual violence. The shame is on the aggressor." Prior to Katie's interview with The Sun, Rebecca revealed that a huge story was about to come out regarding alleged abuse in the industry. She wrote, "A huge story is coming out this week and a victim has spoken out. Because of this, reputation managers and crisis teams will be flooding the press with positive stories to manipulate public opinion and water down the truth. Don't be fooled." During the interview, Katie claimed she was sexually assaulted by somebody on the X Factor team years after she competed in the talent contest. Waiving her right to anonymity, Katie said, "I can still smell him. I was paralyzed with shock. All I could think was, how am I going to leave this room? I was a victim, but I wouldn't allow myself to recognize just how terrible it had been." The publication also claimed the alleged assault happened at a luxury hotel, and Katie detailed why she's not talked about it before. She said, "I've never spoken before as I thought he'd be blacklisted and never work again." Katie added that she decided not to make a formal complaint at the time as she was pregnant, but that she feels being focused on success after the X Factor made her vulnerable. The singer said if she could change the past, she would never have appeared on the singing contest in 2010. A spokesperson for Psycho Entertainment said, "We were made aware via the media of Katie's claims in autumn 2017 and we immediately contacted her and began an investigation. We were naturally shocked at the allegations and wanted to do anything we could to help, so we asked her to lodge a complaint with us and detail the allegations for that purpose. In the interim, we suspended the accused." Despite a number of requests to Katie asking her to detail the claims to us, she chose not to make a complaint over his behavior. As a result, and without other evidence to the contrary, we were obliged to accept his denial of the claims. We, of course, remain ready and keen to investigate her claims if she so chooses to detail them to us, and even though the alleged perpetrator no longer works for either Psycho or Sony Music. Katie has spoken candidly in recent months about her time on the X Factor and recently told how appearing on the show left her feeling suicidal, and she is still receiving post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) therapy. The singer has joined a host of former competitors, including Chico Slimane, Jedward, and Rebecca, who have spoken about the abuse they suffered while on the show. Katie insisted she can't stay silent on the matter because people's careers have been shattered, and she claims many are still having counseling. Speaking to Closer magazine, she said, "We all had to go through media training, almost a type of brainwash, ensuring we never said a bad word about the show or those that worked on or alongside it. But how can we stay silent when future careers were shattered, and past contestants, myself included, are still undertaking therapy for PTSD caused by this show? I had experienced such a low point when I was trying to rebuild my life. that I had frighteningly found myself contemplating suicide. Katie previously moved to the US after being shaken by death threats and cruel messages from vile online trolls. Now back in the UK, she has opened up on her time on the show and the way she found it behind the scenes. An X Factor spokesperson told Mail Online, "Duty of care to our contestants is of the utmost importance to us. We take welfare very seriously and have measures in place to ensure that they are supported." Recently, X Factor icon Chico Slimane claimed the show uses and abuses you and is only interested in making money from contestants. The singer, 50, who appeared in the second series of the ITV singing show back in 2005, said the people behind the show don't care about you and that artists are a commodity to them. He said, "You're a commodity, you're as good as the money you're going to make them. That is it. You are completely replaceable, and as I said, it's a conveyor belt. If you're not going to do it, someone else will take your place to do it." Speaking on Late Night with Cristo on Talk Radio, the former goat herder who now runs a wellness retreat in Portugal told that although the show gave him a platform to do other things, he believes singers are naive for thinking they'd have long careers in the music industry. A host of other former contestants have spoken out about facing abuse during and straight after their time on the talent show. X Factor contestant Lloyd Daniels admitted he felt pressured to hide a same-sex relationship while competing on the show in 2009. While Jermaine Douglas, who was runner-up in 2012, also claimed people in the industry closed doors to make room for others despite their levels of talent. Former contestants Jedward also blasted Simon Cowell in a stunning tirade, claiming he sees himself as the mafia leader of the music industry and said they regretted not telling the judges to FK off while on the ITV show. While many have spoken about their negative experience on the show, Honey G defended Simon and ITV producers. The singer, who appeared on the show in 2016, insisted she wasn't used or exploited and she built a strong relationship with bosses, adding that her experience was very positive. Honey G, whose real name is Anna Guilford, told Metro she has no regrets about taking part in the X Factor, and she was given access to dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, while on the show. The singer, who came out as gay in 2017, added that she never felt pressured to hide her sexuality or publicly come out by bosses. She said, "I have to jump to Simon Cowell's defense in this instance because I really can't fault the duty of care that they had. My experience was very positive and I think they were lovely people. It was completely life-changing. For support on this matter contact Miscarriage Association. .org.uk or call 01924200799 for confidential support. Call Rape Crisis England and Wales on 0808 802 9999 or visit rapecrisis.org.uk/get help. For more details. For a full list of support centres, please visit gov.uk/sexual abuse support.